What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight! Alright, we're coming back to Bruce Springsteen. Yes, indeed. Bruce Springsteen fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi-bob, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Barry Ryder and Ben Guevara. They both want to see me react to this song by Bruce Springsteen featuring The Roots with a tune called E Street Shuffle.
Born to do it.
Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hang on now, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Bruce Springsteen, okay? And the video has 352,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. E Street Shuffle with The Roots, live at Roskilde 2012. Hope I pronounced that right. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
We got our friends from The Roots gonna sit in with us. The Roots were incredible. On a Friday night, teenage tramps and skin tight pants to the East Street dance, it's alright. Little kids down there dancing hooked up in the scuffle, dressed in snakeskin suits, Detroit muscle, doing the East Street shuffle. Yeah. Come on, y'all. Rats in twilight, doing flashlight phantoms in full Star Street. Down fire trails on silver nights with blonde girls play Sweet 16. Little boy said that he's drew for everything he had in the late summer scuffle. Always girl, little angels on the corner, keeping them crazy boys out of trouble. Shuffle. She got no brains, death in combat, a lover's lane. She drives all those boys insane. Hey, come! Hey! Yeah, 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 yeah.
it's how should I put this? It's very middle of the road for me. Like when it comes to Springsteen songs, it's not one of their best. It's not one of their worst. It's just, it feels very middle of the road to me. I don't know how much the Roots are really adding to the song. I mean, I hear like the tuba in the back. I hear that. I can kind of hear the cowbell a little bit. I guess you can never have too much cowbell. I don't know. I don't know how much of an impact they're really having on the song. I'll be honest with you. I feel like they're kind of an afterthought. The song itself, I mean, it feels good. It feels all right. It's not blowing my skirt up or anything like that, but it's hanging in there. It feels good. I'm curious why they call the song the E Street Shuffle when this doesn't really feel like a shuffle feel at all. It feels very straight ahead. You know, snare on the 2 and 4, right on the 2 and 4. No, this doesn't feel laid back at all like a shuffle should feel. I don't know. Maybe they just call it the E Street Shuffle, but it's not really a shuffle. At which point I just kind of scratch my head and go, why do you call it that then? But listen, that's not the first time I've heard songs that have names that don't quite fit the song. It's like, you're calling the song as a swing, but that's not a swing feel at all. It's just that's very straight ahead. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know about this one. It's not bad. It's not bad. I just don't know if this one's really doing anything for me at all. It's okay. You know, it's not, like I said, it's not, I don't hear anything bad. I don't hear anything horrible. I don't hear anything terrible. But the same thing, at the same time, though, it's just like, it's not really doing anything for me, though. So, anyway, let's keep going here.
Them boys are on the corner, loose lazy, doing that crazy street shuffle. Sweet summer nights, dirty summer dreams. The angel picks up now, slips on his jeans. They move on down to the sea. Everybody's dancing, yeah. Everybody's saying, yeah, 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 yeah. Everybody over line.
Is he incorporating Higher from Sly and the Family Stone into this song? I keep hearing him say, I want to take you higher, and I'm like, if the band would follow along, that could be interesting, but we're staying on the same song, so he's just adding the vocals in, which can, I don't know, it sounds kind of awkward, if I'm being honest with you. Doesn't quite fit. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not finding anything wrong with the song. There's nothing wrong musically with the song. The song's solid across the board. It sounds good. Not my favorite song by them by any stretch, but I'm also not going to sit here and say it's a bad song either. It's a solid song. I'm sure there are people who love this song. I'm sure there are. And listen, everyone's going to have different tastes. And there's going to be those people who are going to say that this is the greatest song ever written in the history of music. And I mean, that's fine. Those people are certainly entitled to their opinion. Absolutely. I'm just not one of those people. So anyway, let's just finish this out and we'll get to the review. Straight triplet. Nice. Yeah. It has some interesting things happening. Not within the song itself, but within the live performance and within the stage. There was some fun things happening. The song itself, I don't know about it. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Bruce Springsteen featuring The Roots with a tune called E Street Shuffle. This was a request from Barry Ryder and Ben Guevara. Yeah, definitely not my favorite song by them, without question. Definitely not my favorite. All right, before I give my scores, a couple of things I gotta talk about real quick. I gotta do this with every video for the entire month of March, so bear with me. If you've already heard me give my spiel, feel free to fast forward about 5 minutes and you're gonna be right about the right place. Business item number one, we have gone back to the old scoring system. You guys spoke, you let your voices be heard. We had a poll, you guys voted. 2/3 of the fan base said, go back to the old scoring system. So that's exactly what we're doing. I have absolutely no problem with going back to the old scoring system. I am totally fine with it. I did mention during the live stream that if we do go back to the old scoring system, I'm going to have to make some changes. Reason for that is this. The main reason that people didn't want to go to a 5-star scoring system is there was going to be a lot of 4 stars given out to a lot of different bands with a lot of different songs. And And people didn't want an oversaturation of 4 stars. Guys, I get it. I absolutely get it, and I honestly, I agree with you. There would have been a lot of 4-star ratings given out. Here's the thing though, that was already happening with the old scoring system. If you take a look at the old scoring system, 2/3, from the time the channel started up until present day, about 2/3 of the scores given were between the scale of 7.4 to 8.6, okay? 13 different scores. Now, I know people are going, well, that's 13 scores. You're absolutely right. 13 different scores out of 100. So that's literally 13%. That's a pretty small window. It's an actually smaller window than the 20% that we would have had with a, out of a 5-star rating. 4 stars, that would have only accounted for 20% as opposed to 13. So the same thing was already happening. That's my point. We already had the same problem. The only solution to that problem, honestly, is to get tougher. I gotta get harder. I gotta make it more difficult to get those higher scores of 7, 8, and 9. And I also need to refocus on making 5 the middle ground. So every song starts at a 5 and either grows up or goes down. One of the two. But we need to really focus on making 5 the middle ground and being tougher on giving the scores. So we are going to see much more, a much wider variety of scores, and we've already started. Just in the last couple of weeks of filming, or last couple of weeks of episodes, we've already seen 1s, we've seen 0s, we've seen 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, and we've even had 1 9. But we've had a much wider scale, and that's because I've gotten a lot tougher. So anyway, that's issue number 1. Issue number 2, a lot of people were suggesting during the live stream that maybe when it comes to giving my score, maybe I should give different types of scores. Give the 1 score, but correlate it with other types of scoring systems and give them all. And I was like, that's a great idea, actually. That will probably solve the problem. The only issue now is that videos are going to be a little bit longer, but it is what it is. So having said all of that, let me tell you the 4 ways we're going to do it. There's going to be the old scoring system, the old numeric score. We're going to do that. We're going to give it a scale score, which would be like, really good, pretty good, great, okay, not so good, terrible, horrible. We're going to give those as well. I'm going to be still keeping the star rating system. We're going to be keeping it to a 5-star system. And I'm also going to be giving a letter grade for those people who just cannot seem to get their minds out of the elementary school mindset. So we're going to have a numeric score, scale score, a star rating, and a letter grade. And listen, folks, if you cannot take at least one of those 4 and internalize it and interpret it and understand it, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. My advice, in all honesty, would be to go find another channel to watch, because this is probably not going to be the channel for you. All right? Now, having said all that, let's get to the score for this. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 5.1. Yep, 5.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, what does a 5.1 mean? Well, a 5.1 would be an okay score on the scale rating. It'd be an okay song. It's okay. It's okay. It would equate out to about 3 stars, and it would equate out to a C letter grade. So 5.1, okay, 3 stars, C letter grade. There it is. Now, how did I come to this? So glad you asked. It's a good song. It's good. It's not great. It's not a song that I would particularly call memorable. And I know there's going to be those Bruce Springsteen fans who are going to be crying foul on me right now, going, this is the greatest song that he's ever written. I don't put a whole lot of stock in people saying that. And the reason is because those same people will also say Born in the USA was the greatest song he ever wrote. They'll say Thunder Road is the greatest song he ever wrote. They'll say Trapped is the greatest song he ever wrote. They'll say Jungle Land is the greatest song he ever wrote. Well, which one is it? Which song is really the greatest song he ever wrote, because it can't possibly be all of them. I don't put a whole lot of stock into those people who say that. So I'm sorry, I don't. It's not a bad song. There's nothing about the song that I found any fault in. It's very medium ground to me. It covers the bases. It gets the job done. It does the deed. Sure, absolutely it does. But does it do anything more than that? Not really, no. Not from a songwriting standpoint. It's very basic. It's very general across the board for a Bruce Springsteen song. I'm really confused about the name of the song. The E Street Shuffle. A shuffle. That wasn't a shuffle what we were hearing. That was straight ahead. A snare on the 2 and 4. No laid back feel at all. No relaxed feel at all. Straight ahead, pushing forward. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's not a shuffle. You know, I'm sorry, but it's not. So I'm a little confused as to why they call it the E Street Shuffle, because it's not. I mean, but everybody, as far as the musicianship, everybody sounded good. All the parts sounded fine. Piano sounded good. Drums sounded good. It was fun watching the auxiliary percussionist and Max trading off fours in that one section toward the end. That was kind of fun to watch. The addition of the Roots, I'm going to be honest with you, they were kind of a non-factor. Didn't really hear a whole lot of them. I heard the tuba player every once in a while. I heard that. And the cowbell. Oh, I could hear the cowbell. Oh, yeah.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Clear as day, I heard the cowbell. Christopher Walken would be pleased. But no, I just felt like the Roots were kind of a non-factor there. It was nice to see them out there, I guess. It was nice to see that interaction between Bruce and the rest of the members of the band along with the Roots. That was nice to see, but did it have an impact on the song itself? No, not really, no. The live show was probably the most entertaining thing about the entire performance, was watching what was happening. There were some fun things happening there, so there was some good interaction happening there with the Roots. Bruce was very complimentary of them, which is nice, to give him that endorsement. Sure, why not? Listen, if you can get an endorsement from Bruce Springsteen, you can pretty much write your own ticket, So, I mean, congrats to the Roots for making a good impression on Bruce to have them come out, and join him for one of their songs. That was cool. The vocalist for the Roots, who was trying to incorporate Sly and the Family Stone's Higher into the song, probably would have worked better if the band had gone into Higher. It probably would have worked a lot better. As it was, him doing the vocals against, not with, against the song, because it didn't fit. It honestly did not fit. No, I mean, there was give and take. Yeah, obviously. Vocally, Bruce sounded just fine. I don't know. I just felt like it really... I'm not going to say generic, because it's not generic. Okay, I'll say this. For a Springsteen song, on a Springsteen scale, it's a very generic Springsteen song. I'll say that. But it's not a generic song on its own by any stretch. So, I mean, like I said, I didn't find any fault. I didn't find anything wrong with it. At the same time, I also didn't really particularly enjoy it either. It was just kind of very middle of the road for me, which is why it's getting the very middle of the road score of a 5.1. Remember, I am getting tougher on the judging, and here we are. This is going to be a good example of what I'm talking about. It's getting an okay score for an okay song. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was okay, and that's why it's getting the 5.1. So, to wrap everything up in a nice pretty bow, 5.1, okay scale, 3 out of 5 stars, C letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final score, final word. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.